Hi friends, I am Vaibhav Guthari and in this video we have with us Gaurav Wadhwani who is from science background but he has cleared his CA intermediate examinations and is selected in PwC. So in this video we will be going through the process, how he applied, what were the questions and all these things. So see the whole video.
All in all, if you ask me, all in all, if I
Yes.
have to give a crux about this technical or HR interview, I would say he's not checking your technical skills, even though the round is technical. That's
Yes.
the irony, I would say. I was able to communicate and convey my thoughts very well. He asked me CSR limit. I said I don't know. I mean, that 1,000 crore limit I was knowing, but the next second that didn't click in my mind. So there were instances where I got I got stuck very badly, and yeah, I'll share with you one thing. That first technical question.
So hi Gaurav.
Hello, Abhav. Thanks for having me in.
Yes.
I hope
So
our yes, sir. Yes.
सो व्हाट वाज योर जर्नी लाइक, आपने पीडब्ल्यूसी के लिए कैसे अप्लाई किया? मतलब मेल्स किए थे पहले फिर आपको रिप्लाई आया क्या फिर?
ये दिसंबर में दिसंबर में मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया था अप्लाई करना. मैंने लिंक्डइन में अकाउंट बनाया था, and then I get to know about that PwC is hiring and you can send even the result of it, students can send. So that time I did send them. However, I got the reply on January. I mean, it was almost 25 days later. So I got a call from HR. They said that they will be sending me the link, and they said that within 2-3 days the link will be sent and you have to appear for the assessment test. And then if you clear those assessments, then they'll call for the interviews.
Okay. So after 24 to 25 days of HR call, you received a test. So what
Yes.
was there in the test? Like it was aptitude test?
Yes, test was bifurcated into two. Like first was a general ability. Like it was a the first test was basically your quantitative aptitude, like how you think. And one thing I would like to mention here about PwC test is that it was quite different from the traditional tests that are done. Because in normal test, if you would have appeared for KPMG or EY, then there are multiple choice option questions. But in the PwC test, the system was interactive. Let's say even if in a sitting arrangement question, if you solve those sitting arrangement question, you have to drag and drop the numbers in each one of them. And likewise, if you have to select the pattern, then you have to click on those the shapes that are there, and you have to click and fill the pattern. So I find that it was a kind of interactive. However, time was very less, and some questions were quite different because there were graphs also. Like you have to solve the question, and then you have to drag and drop and make a graph. So those were the kind of question. And in the second one, in the second test that was there, it was basically to check your aptitude or your mindset or your thought process basically. So in that there were three options, and you have to select two options out of those three one by one. And those were like, you like to take initiative, you take leadership, you have leadership qualities. So basically your personality traits, the question were on those.
Yes.
So you won't find it difficult.
So what would you suggest that students who are now going to give the test of PwC, what they can prepare before the test?
Okay, so specifically about PwC, because in KPMG and other you need to have your technicals also, but
Yes.
in PwC if I talk about specifically, then for the second test which I mentioned, personality traits, nothing you need to do. You just need to sit with a presence of mind and thus you started. But for the first test, I would say like there were quite easy questions which you'll be able to do. You don't need to prepare for that. And there were questions which are very time taking or difficult. You need to skip those. So ultimately, if you ask me that what specifically should I do for the test, I would say nothing.
Okay.
I know that's unconventional advice, but to be very honest, I don't want you to waste your time in this test.
Yes. Yes.
That's why.
So you cleared your both HR and technical round. So after how many? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. See,
So after how many days of test you received a call for technical round or further process for?
I thought I won't be getting a call. It was right after 10 days. It was after 10 days.
Okay.
I mean, on 16th or 17th January, I got a call that I'll be, I gave a test, sorry. No, I
Yes.
gave a test on 22. In 16th, I got a call. And in 22, I appeared for the test. And in February, only 2nd Feb, I appeared for the first interview. That was HR cum technical.
Both were combined.
Yes, both were combined.
So what were the some common questions would you like to share, or some tough questions which you felt like these were the questions which you should prepare, or which the people who are seeing this video should be aware before the interview?
Okay. So firstly, he asked me the reason why I switched from science stream to CA. So basically, they just scan your CV and they just pick up the points that seems quite catchy to them. So they just pick those points. So he kept on asking me why I did switched from here to here. I told him about my journey, and also he asked me that you have mentioned here you have participated in this and this competition. Tell me something about that. So those were some basic HR questions. And in second, in the technical part, there were questions from AS10, property plant equipment, and he'll ask you in which areas you're comfortable. Like, so you don't have to show your weakness. Like if you say that I'll ask from AS or SA in which you're comfortable, so then if you say that I'm not comfortable in AS, then he'll definitely target you in the AS.
Yes.
So keep a neutral answer that, sir, I'm comfortable with the both, and I'll try my best to answer those questions. You can keep a balanced reply to them. Yeah. So talking about the questions, they were from AS22. It is a favorite. AS22 is their favorite. Yeah.
I think
So
AS10 and 22 were asked by most of the firms in
most
the
of the
interviews
firms.
going.
I'll share with you some few areas from where questions were asked, and then I'll share with you 2-3 funny incident. Call it funny or luck based. So questions were from AS10, AS9 revenue recognition, because he gave the real life example that this and this transaction have occurred. Will you record it or not? And he'll also, while you say that like in AS9 there's a revenue recognition, right? So you say that the possession or the ownership, it is transferred. Then he'll ask you, counter you, that how it will be transferred. So it's not that even if you prepare AS or SA that you'll be able to answer everything. You need to have a presence of mind as well, right? So yeah, AS9, AS22, AS it was, I think, AS10, yeah, AS10, AS22. So these were the questions. Yeah, and from essays he asked. Much of the questions were from the essays, because in essay 505 external confirmation is something that everyone asks. So that was the one thing. Risk assessment, documentation. I mean, all those major, like materiality. He'll ask you how the people will calculate materiality, what is materiality, internal controls. So I mean, you shouldn't be worried about the answer that are written in a book. I'll tell you mine. He asked me CSR limit. I said I don't know. I mean, that 1,000 crore limit I was knowing, but the next second that didn't click in my mind. So there were instances where I got I got stuck very badly. And yeah, I'll share with you one thing. That first technical question was, tell me 3 golden rules of accounting. And I was like, sir, I don't remember. So
because this was in 12th, I think, or 11th.
I literally don't remember. And the reason being that I switched from science to commerce, and even in foundation also, I did study, but I didn't remember it. So I made my own logic. So I answered him clearly, sir, I didn't remember it, but I made my own ways to how credit and debit are done to the balances. Then I talked about real account, personal account, and all those things. So all in all, if you ask me, all in all, if I have to give a crux about this technical or HR interview, I would say he's not checking your technical skills, even though the round is technical. That's the irony, I would say. I was able to communicate and convey my thoughts very well. Even in AS22, he gave me a real life example, and I got really, I mean, there are instances where you get stuck or you can't think because it's a very tense situation. So I told sir, AS22 talks about this timing differences, this. So whatever theoretical gyan I had, I just, in a flow, I just told him. So he was also like, yeah. So you should be like, firstly, communication skills should be clear. You should be able to communicate, and you should be able to drive that interview. Like, drive away, like, even if you're not able to answer, talk something about it, whichever thing you know. So that way you won't stop there. You will keep on continuing. So you will give him the chance to ask the next question. He'll also be frustrated that he's going round and round. So I should go for the next one. Yes. So that's what's the key takeaway.
Was any partner count in your selection process in PwC?
Yes, there was a partner round. On 2nd Feb, I appeared for the technical, and then I got a mail, and it was scheduled on 6th of Feb with the partner. So it was on a Google Meet. Yeah, it was after 4 days. But I was informed at least 2 days earlier, because I have heard that in EY or some other organization, they just 15 minutes or 20 minutes before, they just mail or call you and they say that you have an interview. So I was pretty relaxed that I have 2 days. So yeah, so first round was telephonic, and this partner round was on the Zoom Meet, which and the other person's camera was off. So I won't go into detail of each and every question, but I would like to tell you the crux of what I understood from those interviews. What his concern or the query was with me, that it was all revolving around whether I'll be able to move out and join them, because many people are hesitant to move out of their city in a I would say in a hurry or in a excitement. They apply for the Big Four, but ultimately they end up not going there, or feel frustrated because this is the first time they're moving out of their family. So his whole questioning was based on whether I'll be able to do it or not. However, there were other questions as well, like tell about something where you showed your leadership qualities, or do you have any questions for me at the last. They generally ask you to. So that those were the questions. Like, even I asked about, yeah, I saw your previous interviews, and that really helped me, and I was not sure that what I should ask to the partner. So I got the idea from there, and then I asked them that how many hours of outstanding audit are there, or should we have to go. So he said that specifically in PwC Pune, there won't be much of an outstation audit, but even most of the audits will be revolving around the Pune city or the nearby places only. So there's no threshold to them. So he said those things. Okay. So he was basically checking my temperament, that whether I'll be able to move out and how my thought processes are. And yeah, he said that your peers will be studying, you won't get time to study. So how will you cope up? How will you manage? So all those things to test you, and because ultimately you are going to join them, and it should not that after 1 year or 1.5 or 2 years you leave them, because they invest in you a lot of money and all those training goes behind. So they also want someone who will be with them permanently. Yeah, that was the.
So any more suggestions from your side? It was great, really nice hearing from you about the technical round and partner round as well. That in technical round they would test your technical skills. That was a great.
And yeah, because I remember, like, I shouldn't say it or not, but I recorded the voice call. I went through it again and again because I was skeptical about where I can improve. I found one thing: almost all my answers are wrong. To be very honest, he asked me, Karo, I mean, applicability of Karo to whom they're applicable. So I was okay. I did answer that, but 1 or 2 points I missed there or wrongly. I mean, foreign companies not included, but I said the foreign company. So it's not that technically you should be very sound, but your communication, your presentation, your way of talking, your way of addressing them. Like, see, when the interview starts, you say, "Sir, this and this." The moment it goes on and on, you get nervous, and then you say, "Sir, nahi ban raha." Yeah, you in a hurry, you say some Hindi words, right? It's an English interview. You shouldn't lose your temperament that time. So how calm you are, that matters a lot.
Okay.
That's
So
a
the
big
crux
takeaway.
was be calm, confident,
And your communications
about your
matters a lot.
technical skills.
Because ultimately, see, you'll be trained on those technical, right?
Yes, yes.
Your theoretical knowledge doesn't matter to them anymore. Your curiosity and your questioning mind, all those things will help you.
So yes, thank you, Gaurav. Gaurav, I think the way interview goes and the sequence of interviews like HR round, technical rounds, it may differ from firm to firm. Like in previous interviews I had with Vedang or with some other people whom I talked, like somewhere they have HR round at the first, and many people has first test then HR round, and some have HR and technical both mix. Some do not have the partner round. In some people's cases there were group discussions as well on Zoom meeting. So what's your suggestion about this? Yeah.
True, that's true. I mean, different locations have their different criteria or because let's suppose in a location they have received, suppose let's say 100 or 200 applications. I don't know whether these figures will be good or correct. So let's say there are 100 people, right? So let's say they have interviewed each and everyone on the first round. So they have pick pointed 20 people, right? Now, if after 20 people, some few people backed out, or let's say they are not sure about them, then maybe they'll take more interview. Like instead of having one technical, they'll have two technical to make sure that yeah, this person is fit for our organization or not. So it will depend. It's just that you be prepared for it mentally, of course. Baki, knowledge wise, it's okay. I mean, you have cleared the examination. That itself proves that you have a knowledge. And you know what? You have cleared the examination, right? So you were able to do that during that time. And even now, when you'll be given the work, then you will be able to do that. So that itself is a proof that yeah, you are a capable person. So knowledge won't be that an issue.
So yes, the selection process can differ from location to location and firm to firm. So thank you for coming in this session.
Thank you for having me in. And even if someone have any doubt, they can contact Vaibhav, then everything will be resolved.
So friends, thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon for more such videos. And if you have any queries, you can reach us out on LinkedIn or Instagram. These IDs is in the description box, and don't forget to check the description box because some relevant videos or content which I'll get after this video, I'll update surely in the description box. Thank you.